in, Ballers fans, to this exciting episode of Bees Cast. Gareth Kwok along with Charlie Hurley, as we are recording this on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. And Charlie, you had a great start yesterday. Gave up a couple homers, but then you settled in with the 6 innings. Just how did things feel for you being back at home and being back at Raimondi?
Oh yeah, I love pitching at Raimondi. The crowd was electric. They brought it yesterday. Nothing like pitching at Raimondi on a Friday night. As far as the outing went, a little rusty earlier. I mean, not rusty, but just, took a little bit to settle in. And once we got settled in, kind of was able to extend into the game.
How's the hamstring feeling up to this point? I know that was a little bit of an issue the first couple of weeks, but how was the rehab? How was it getting it all situated?
Yeah, so obviously it really stunk when it happened, but it's feeling a lot better now. I went back to Sacramento. Shout out my people at Keim. Shout out Evan. Shout out Kara, taking care of me. They got me back, got me feeling great, and then I told Skip I was ready to go. I think halfway through the 2-week road trip out in Montana.
Did the rehab get monotonous at all at any point, or were you pretty optimistic with the way things went?
I mean, yeah, it obviously sucks when your guys are out and they're competing, and you're not out there, helping them win. But I was just grateful to get back out there when I did. So to answer your question, yeah, it can get a little boring at times.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. How was the travel making it up to Montana? I know we needed a starter that week, and so how did that all happen getting up here?
Yeah, so I actually scheduled an Uber the night before for 6 a.m. because I was flying out of SFO. And I wish I would have scheduled it earlier because it took me an hour and a half to get over the Bay Bridge. It was brutal, but thankfully my Uber driver was super cool. We talked the whole time. Had a flight at 9, layover in Seattle, got up to Missoula, I think like 2 hours before the game started.
Yeah.
Yeah, threw my bullpen, and then started 2 days later.
Yeah, because I had no idea. I just walked into the locker room and then I saw you coming in.
Yeah.
I was like, where'd you come in from?
Yeah, I was kind of incognito with that. I didn't really tell anybody I was coming out. I think I told a couple guys on the team.
Couple guys, okay. First time in Montana at all, or have you been up there before?
No, my grandpa actually used to live up there. So we used to visit there as kids. That was out in Bozeman. Yeah,
okay.
Really beautiful. Love Montana.
What were some of your favorite memories up there at your grandpa's?
Getting to play catch with him. He was actually a baseball player too, growing up. He was an ambidextrous pitcher at 6'6", which is insane. Yeah, he was a really good athlete. So either getting to play catch with him or going fishing in the rivers down him.
Okay.
Down around his house. Yeah,
for sure. Well, when we made the trip down from Montana back to California, it felt like every time I peered over in your direction, people were just talking to you. You were chatting it up with all the strangers out there. I guess, you stick out. Obviously, you and Derek Murphy tied for the tallest player on the team in the franchise history. But what were they talking to you about?
Mostly that. How tall are you guys? You guys a basketball team? Especially me and Murph were walking next to each other, because I can see how they could see that. But they were asking a lot of baseball questions too. I think we were on the train to the gate in Seattle together.
We took 3 trains, it felt like.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was a long travel day. That was a really long travel day.
Do you have responses almost prepared, go-to responses? I feel like you probably get those questions a lot when you're out and about in public.
Mostly at gas stations. Whenever I go to a gas station to pick up an energy drink or something, yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, you're the tallest person I've ever seen. You got to play basketball, right? I'm like, no, sorry.
Did you play basketball growing up?
I did. Okay. I stopped, I think, my sophomore year of high school. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't for me. I knew I was going to be a baseball player from a young age.
Okay.
So.
Well, I also learned you're a water polo player. You were a water polo player.
I did. Yep, I did.
You played goalie? Is that right?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
How did you get into that?
So, starting high school, I knew I was going to play basketball in the winter and baseball in the spring, but my parents wanted me to do something in the fall, and they didn't want me to do fall ball. They wanted me to do a different sport, so I was like, all right, great. My dad played football, I'll just play football. Mom and Dad did not want that to happen, and I was probably $150 at the time, so it was cross country or water polo. I was like, I'm only going to get skinnier running, so I might as well try out a new sport, and it ended up being one of the best decisions I made. I made a lot of good friends that I still talk to today from water polo. Then we won a section title. Yeah, brought a section title to Jesuit. Yeah, shout out that 2017 team, I think it was. Yeah, we had a good squad.
Can you still tread water and everything and get it all done?
I'm a little heavier now. It would probably be a little harder, probably not as long, but yeah, I probably could.
What's it like, just being in the cage and you're not out there, because I know it's a very physical sport. There's a lot of things that happen underneath the water that, that aren't necessarily seen or noticed, but in terms of you trying to Do you feel a lot of pressure? Like, hey, I gotta protect the cage here and keep our guys in it.
Yeah. So I'm like the last line of defense, and thankfully every team I was on, we had an elite defense. We had some guys that played at the next level in college, and they were, it was a pleasure to play with them because I was so new to the sport. I didn't know what was going on. It was see ball, block ball, don't catch it, don't catch it because it can go right through your hands. So, I mean, there was at times, in the bigger games, it's like, okay, I got to make a save here, but, at the same time, it's really easy when the five guys in front of you are, elite defenders. So,
a lot of early morning practices and swims.
We had a couple early morning practices, but I honestly kind of liked them because we did this one drill where we have to egg beat her with a metal chair above our heads.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, I kind of liked that challenge. I'd never seen it before, and it was always fun. I always look forward to that.
I would imagine just being in the water that early, it just kind of wakes you up, right?
The wake up sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. And then it's like you look and the pool's 65 degrees, and you're like, I don't want to get in there.
It's not even heated for you guys?
It probably was a little warmer than that, but
yeah.
it's cold outside because it's a fall sport in
Sure.
Sacramento, California. So it's definitely not warm in those mornings.
How about getting into baseball? You mentioned your dad played football, mom played basketball at USF. And how did you get into baseball? Were you kind of pushed in that direction, or did you gravitate to the sport more naturally, would you say?
It was very natural. So I'm very grateful for my parents. With me and my younger sister, they were very kind of hands off. Like whatever sports you want to play, we're going to give you, the resources and the opportunities to excel at whatever you decide you want to do. And it just so happened baseball was the one. I look back and all the pictures of me when I was a kid, and it seemed like I had a baseball in every other one of them, or holding a bat or something. So. Yeah, I think from an early age, I knew I wanted to be a baseball player, and yeah, that's it.
How about getting into pitching? Do you remember the first time getting out there on the mound and trying to pitch, and then at what point did you feel like, I'm pretty good at this, I might be able to stick at this as far as maybe a career?
As far as my career in baseball, I always thought I was going to be a position player, but I hit a growth spurt 7th to 8th grade. I grew 9 inches.
Whew.
Yeah, so kind of going into high school, and as I continued to kind of fill out, the recruiting scene shifted more so from being a position player to hey, you need to focus on pitching because your ceiling could be a lot higher. So kind of once I heard that from the college coaches, I realized that my ceiling's probably going to be highest if I pitched, but that didn't stop me from. I tried to hit as long as I could. They had to pry the bat out of my hands. But
how was Charlie Hurley as a hitter back then?
A lot of pop. When I started to figure out my swing.
Don't feel like you need to be humble, man. Tell them how it is.
A lot of pop, a lot of swing and miss though. There were some holes in the swing. It's probably best that I'm pitching now. Cage hitter.
Cage hitter. Okay. Cage bombs.
Cage bombs.
Did you have anyone that you emulated, as far as a pitcher out there or a player that you kind of wanted to model your game after a little bit, or just somebody that you enjoyed watching?
Yeah, 100%. Growing up, I was a Giants fan, so I loved watching. Obviously, Tim Lincecum was a great. Matt Cain, I'd say, was probably my favorite pitcher growing up. Matt Cain is a beast. Same with Mad Bum, just his mentality in the postseason. He was a great Giant. And then as far as players go, I always wanted to be a shortstop, and so I always modeled my game after Brandon Crawford. Tried to, play shortstop as long as I could, but the height kind of got in the way with that.
6'8" shortstop.
Yeah, not too many of those. I think we got Ellie De La Cruz, and he's from a different world.
He is. Well, Sacramento native, Jesuit High alum, and you were teammates with Daniel Susac, who's now with the Giants behind the plate, former A's draft pick. What was it like to have him as your teammate and as your friend? Yeah,
that's my guy. Shout out Dan. We were on a intramural basketball team our senior year of high school, and we won it, the whole thing.
Okay.
We were pretty nasty on the court too. So.
Okay.
But he was obviously being around that level of talent and that work ethic. I've known Daniel since we were in middle school and grade school. We always grew up playing against each other. So seeing his work ethic over the years, it never changed. It only expanded. He's an elite, an elite player, an elite mindset, and just an all-around great guy. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He knows what he wants to do in life, and yeah.
Has it been cool just to see his growth and just from an A's draft pick
so,
and now
so sick.
The Rule 5 thing, and then he goes to the Giants, and then not too long ago he's up there rehabbing, and then in Sacramento playing the A's, and then just right back in his backyard. That's got to be pretty cool.
I was trying to go out to see him, but we had spring training start around that time, so I'm so happy for him. He's such a great guy. He deserves every bit of good that's coming his way. Like I said earlier, he's got an elite work ethic. He's earned everything that he's gotten. You know, his dad Nick and his older brother Andrew, I'm sure can tell you that they were not easy on him. Like they pushed him, and it was, every bit of it was worth it. So I'm really happy to see that he's where he is now. Yeah.
Well, a couple more questions for Charlie. Friday, I know, you know, when I'm around the locker room, I know just don't bother Charlie. Don't bother him. He's in the zone. What's a typical game day routine like for you when you I guess even from waking up to then showing up at the ballpark? What's the routine like?
Yeah, so I really don't start, in college, we called it a funnel. Like I don't really start like funneling my focus until I get to the ballpark. So I wake up, I have this weird superstition where I have to to make my bed, I have to clean the bathroom, like I have to, like everything's gotta be, like I gotta organize my room.
Mom will be happy.
I feel like it helps me organize my thoughts, but I do that, I get a little breakfast in me. Lately it's been eggs, sausage, and then my mom she's been on sourdough kick, so she's got some leftover sourdough that she's left me with. Oh, nice. So awesome. So some of that for breakfast, and then went out and did a little bit of reading, a little bit of journaling, you know, talked with God, went on a little walk. And then I'd say about 2:30 got to the ballpark. No, 3:30 got to the ballpark. 3:30 got to the ballpark, and then, you know, once I get to the ballpark, it's kind of just zone in, focus on the game plan. Went and talked with Jimmy about the hitters that we were going to be facing. Got a game plan with him, talked with JC, and then just kind of got to the bottom of the funnel and was ready to compete, you know?
It's funny because obviously, you know, off the field, you know, you're outgoing, everybody loves talking with you, but then when it's your start day, I just know, all right, don't bother him. He's locked in, or else I don't know what would happen. But you're in the zone. You're focused in.
I feel like you know, my dad. I give a lot of credit to him too, because he's been a big part of helping me figure out who I am on the mound, and that's kind of what we decided is like that's when I'm at my best when I am just out there and I have one thing on my mind, and that's getting the hitter out. You know, I don't care about what anybody, you know, whatever jokes you got to tell me that day, they can wait for tomorrow. You know, it's like that's my day to focus and, you know, do my job. So
obviously, Raimondi, short left field, it's not an easy park to pitch in, but how did you just mentally kind of bounce back after the home runs to then kind of settle in and give the team a good start, a 6-inning start, considering how much the bullpen's been used?
Yeah, I mean, shout out our pen. They've been called on and they've answered many times. So kind of after that first inning, I knew I was going to have to go deep into the game to, you know, make it a quality start and give my team a chance to win. So right after that, I talked to me and Jimmy. Were like, yeah, we're going 6 or 7 innings at least. Like we gotta get into this game. We gotta get deep into this game. But I think the biggest thing was just, you know, trusting JC, what he's putting down, and trusting myself. You know, I put in all this work. You know, I prepared to go out there and ultimately, you know, show it. So not trying to just not get in my own way and just, you know, let the work show. Yeah.
Well, when we have the off day on Monday, what's Charlie Hurley usually doing on an off day? If he's not on the baseball field or doing whatever?
I live in Sacramento, so I typically drive back Sunday night, and I'll hang out with my mom, my dad, my dog, my cat.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the homies, so I gotta see them. And then I like to golf. I'd say I do my PT at my place back home, and then probably go to the driving range if none of my friends, because all my friends are working now.
Adulting.
Yeah, we're all out of college now. It's crazy. So they're all working. So if I can steal one of them to go to the driving range, do that. You know, hang out with some hometown friends.
Clear the mind at the range.
Clear the mind. Do some, you know, prep some meals for the week ahead too. You know.
Okay, you're a little cook. You like cooking, huh?
Yeah, my mom is probably the best cook I think I've ever met in my life. Ooh, and anybody around our circle can attest to that. She's elite.
What's the best or your favorite dish that she's made for you?
Chicken Parmesan. It's not even close.
Okay.
Not even close.
Not even close?
That's She gave me that recipe, and it's my favorite thing to cook. I think I'm gonna continue to pass it down. Yeah.
Pass it down to mother and son.
Oh, you got to. It's so good.
All right, ready for a little rapid fire question round here.
Let's do it.
Okay. Favorite baseball memory?
Closing out the Big 12. I'd say closing out the game to win the Big 12 against West Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could face any hitter in baseball, dead or alive, who would it be?
Shohei.
Shohei?
Yeah.
Why not face the best, right?
I mean, just being in his presence would be sick. Yeah.
Favorite,
do his thing.
Yeah, favorite non-baseball player to watch growing up?
Michael Jordan.
MJ? Okay. Favorite baseball movie?
I know CJ said Benchwarmers, and I think I might have to go Benchwarmers
there you
too.
go.
Benchwarmers or
Okay.
Sandlot. Those are
Okay.
my one-twos.
I'm a Sandlot fan for
Yeah.
sure. What other sport would you have pursued if it wasn't for baseball?
Basketball.
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 Okay. Bubble gum or sunflower seeds?
Sunflower seeds.
Seeds?
Seeds.
You got a flavor?
Cracked pepper.
Cracked pepper. Okay. Pitching a day game or a night game?
Night game. Under
Night
the
game?
lights.
Yeah,
Under the lights. So sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And last but not least, if you could eat only one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Maybe just like a cheeseburger, like a classic cheeseburger.
Classic
Hard to go
cheeseburger?
wong with that, you know,
Can't go
or
wrong,
a
man.
steak. Yeah.
Or a
Cheeseburger
steak.
or a steak. One
Okay.
of those two. Yeah.
Charlie Hurley.
Hey.
Thanks for stopping
Yeah,
by.
thanks for having me.
Beescast.
Yeah.
That's Charlie Hurley, first-year baller, Sacramento native, with us here on Beescast. Now I'm going to send it over to Casey Pratt, who's with the Stay Out Band.
Go Ballers.
All right, back on Beescast Live with Stay Out, and we are here on Anarchy in the O.A.K. Day. This is our punk theme, and I think we should just take it kind of back to the beginning of our relationship with the Ballers and Stay Out, but I saw you guys performing. You were rocking the Bees hat, and I think I just DM'd you and we started talking, right?
Yep. Yeah. We were rocking the Ballers hat, and we were on a tour, and you ended up hitting us up, and we were so stoked we jumped right on it immediately.
And like, what led you to the Ballers? I know you're local, but like, how did you kind of stumble upon our stuff?
Yeah, I mean, just I was immediately attracted to the fact that as soon as the A's left, you guys were just so gung-ho about getting local sports back. Because, like, after they left, everybody was gone. The Warriors went across the bay, which doesn't seem that far, but it kind of is. You know, the Raiders left, and then now the A's are gone. So it's like, it was really cool to see the community come together and be like, no, we're still going to do this. Like, we still need to do this. We still need to get together and watch baseball. And, like, to me, baseball is is my favorite sport. So I was immediately attracted to that. And then just seeing, like, obviously the sport from, like, Billy Joe and from, everybody else. Like, it was a big, attracted to me.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity for us too, because all three of our grandparents, grandpas, and dads were A's fans, and for them to leave, everybody was super bummed out. My grandfather Papa passed before that happened, but Ricky Henderson, family favorite. What about you, Mason?
Well, I don't know. For me, baseball was like a huge part of my life. I played a bunch of Little League when I was little. I actually got to go to Little League Day at the A's Stadium. That was really cool. I got to walk around the ballpark, and just to me, being able to be on a field that was just that massive in a stadium like that was just crazy and so impactful. So, like they said, when the teams left, especially the A's, it was just the worst thing ever. So I'm glad that the community came together and brought the Ballers and made this happen. And I don't know, it's just super cool to have sports still in Oakland. We need that as a community. So. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's funny, I don't know if you pulled any inspiration from that, but one of your songs called Stay Forever, and when you were playing it at FanFest, it kind of almost made me think about the way that Oakland teams were leaving our market. It could have been a cool anthem to keep them here. Did you pull any inspiration for that, or is that just a whole different thing?
It's actually a complete coincidence, but it might have been subliminal. We were seeing the messages of stay everywhere.
Sure, it's everywhere.
So it might have been something that just subconsciously happened because we were feeling the same way. Just like our new song, No Escape, says the tagline is, I wonder if we all feel the same. So, layers to it.
Yeah, for sure. And then we hit you up. You guys were on a big tour, so you couldn't come last year. We kind of stayed in contact. We brought it together this year, but now, as we've been working together, it's been pretty fun to just be able to bring you guys into the yard for a few games and just to hang out back in field side or wherever I was able to get you tickets for the day. But, just having been out here a bit and having had the ability to kind of soak in the Ballers experience a bit more in person, what are your impressions? Do you think we are helping preserve the love of baseball for people? I'll start with you.
Yeah, dude, it feels like home. It feels like something that never left. So it's really awesome. I love coming to the games. We get treated so well. I appreciate that so much, Casey. So, but yeah, no, it's just, I don't know. I love being able to be here. When I first came to one of the games, it was just this is it, dude. So I don't know. I love that we can still be able to come do this type of stuff.
It reminds me a lot, honestly, of just the scene that we come from, DIY. Growing up, going to 924 Gilman and playing playing in clubs where everybody there is excited about what's going on, and it's only there because everybody is a piece making the machine work exactly how it is when it's here. And it's like being here with the people and seeing everybody get super excited when something happens. It's like it's just like this energy in the whole ballpark that you feel for sure, of like togetherness, and everybody's just stoked to be here.
Yeah, I like the idea of doing this punk night, especially because you guys are here, but like I feel like the Ballers are the most punk rock team in all of sports. Like we literally are by the people, for the people, 3,800 fan owners. Like we built this thing ourselves in like 6 weeks, like to help bring everybody together. Like it's basically just two best friends that were pissed off that the A's were leaving. They're like, we'll just create our own thing. So like, is there a more punk rock team in all of sports, Grant?
Absolutely not. Ballers are nothing.
I mean, it's pretty cool to see. Like, I mean, like you mentioned the DIY nature of the punk scene. Like, this is it. Like, we are sitting in a shipping container.
Yeah.
Like, our press box is a shipping container. Our other dugout's a shipping container. Like,
but I will say it. The first game I came here, like this, it's such a town experience. It really is. It like walking in here felt so special. It's not like your average ballpark. It definitely feels bigger than that.
yeah, and it's all like preserved things, I think, which is cool. Like you even see the Stomper statues right next to where you guys are gonna perform. It's like things that are artifacts of Oakland that we've kind of pulled in here and preserved. Like we have a Legacy Bart car in our parking lot that we're gonna bring into the park someday. Like we got these containers we're sitting in. We got these Stomper statues. Like, I just feel like we're kind of trying to preserve the history and the nature of Oakland. Like, I mean, how cool is it for you guys to sit here kind of looking out in the dugout and knowing that you're going to be performing out there just in a minute?
It's super cool. I mean, like you said, preserving like the history just of like Oakland baseball, like from the Stomper statues to the, We Love Oakland chants, like they're still here, dude. It's never left. So I just think that's awesome, man. I don't know, being able to play here just makes it all more worthwhile for me because, like, I don't know, I love being able to share my music with people and, or our music, sorry. But, yes.
My music.
My music. No, but it's so cool. Like, it's just, I don't know, like, being able to merge punk rock and baseball, I think is one of the coolest things ever. So I love it.
Yeah, and like Billy Joe Armstrong, Green Day lead singer, obviously one of our investor owners, and he's cool because he just kind of shows up. We don't know when he's coming. He doesn't ask for anything. He just will be in the stands. So hopefully he comes out and checks us out. It's right up his alley. But like how much inspiration do you guys draw just from this region, knowing people like Green Day have come before us and created incredible paths, and like you see that it can be done out here, right?
Yeah, and it not just Green Day, so many other bands too. Punk rock, Dead Kennedys, Hieroglyphics, for example. I'm a huge Souls Hyro fan since I was a teenager. So Oakland, is a tight-knit community, and we love to be a part of it.
Yeah, and then just to think like that you guys are gonna be out there pretty soon throwing out a first pitch. Like, are you nervous? Are you itching to kind of get your arm warmed up? Like, how do you look at that process? I know you got a whole performance to do, but what are you more nervous about, performing or having to be out there throwing a pitch?
Performing. No, I'm not nervous at all, man. I'm ready for the day. It's punk night. We're here, and I'm ready for it all. The first pitch and everything.
We got a bunch of tube of icy hot for him afterwards.
Yeah, I think playing the bass will definitely get him warmed up for the pitch. Yeah.
It's kind of the same motion.
Tell me what's next for you guys. I know that I've been checking out a lot of your music. We shot a music video right up there. I'm super stoked for this concert. The more I hear you guys, the more I like it. So, like what's next for you guys? Album coming out, probably going back on tour. Is it getting a bit crazy for you?
Yeah, we are working on an album right now called Broken Homes. It's finished and we're working on releasing it. City Lights comes out. It's a single next month in July. We got, a tour planned. It's not announced yet. And I can't announce it yet, unfortunately, but I will. Ballers fans will be among the first to know, I'm sure.
Yeah, as soon as you guys let us know, we'll amplify that for sure. I think that's the beauty of, working together here is, like we're a baseball team, you're a punk band, but I think there's like so many connections we can make together, both in studios and tattoos. Shout out Ben Bearhug, Pastime Tattoo,
Family on Road,
cross promotion, just all that stuff. So I think this is a beautiful thing we got going here, and I think that frankly the sky's the limit for you guys. So we really appreciate you guys just sharing your time with us. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course.
All right, Anarchy in the O.A.K. featuring Stay Out. Thanks for joining us on Beastcast.